In a world where the hum of machinery, the glow of city lights, and the conveniences of modern life are all powered by energy, it's easy to forget the origins of the electricity that fuels our lives. For centuries, humanity has relied heavily on fossil fuels, coal, oil, and natural gas, to generate this energy. These fuels, formed from the remains of ancient plants and animals over millions of years, have been the bedrock of industrial civilization. They've powered our factories, our cars, and our homes, driving economic growth and technological advancement. But this reliance on fossil fuels comes at a steep cost, one that our planet is increasingly unable to bear. The burning of fossil fuels releases carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, contributing to global warming and climate change. The extraction and transportation of these fuels can also have devastating environmental impacts, from oil spills that ravage ecosystems to the destruction of landscapes through mining. As the consequences of our fossil fuel dependency become more apparent, the world is turning its gaze towards a different kind of energy, renewable energy. Renewable energy sources are those that are naturally replenished and essentially inexhaustible. Unlike fossil fuels, which are finite and will eventually run out, renewable energy sources are drawn from the Earth's natural processes, such as sunlight, wind, water, and geothermal heat. These sources of energy have the potential to meet our energy needs indefinitely, without the harmful environmental consequences associated with fossil fuels. As the world grapples with the urgent need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and transition to a more sustainable energy system, renewable energy is emerging as a beacon of hope. One of the most abundant and widely used forms of renewable energy is solar power. Every day, the sun bathes the earth in an enormous amount of energy, far more than the entire world's population could ever use. Solar power harnesses this energy through technologies such as photovoltaic cells, which convert sunlight directly into electricity, and solar thermal systems, which use the sun's heat to generate power. Photovoltaic cells, commonly known as solar panels, are made of semiconductor materials that absorb photons of light and release electrons, creating an electric current. These cells can be installed on rooftops, in fields, or even integrated into building materials, providing a versatile and scalable source of clean energy. The potential of solar power is vast. In sunny regions, solar panels can generate significant amounts of electricity, even in a relatively small area. As technology improves and the cost of solar panels continues to decrease, more and more households, businesses, and utilities are adopting solar energy as a viable alternative to fossil fuels. Solar power is not only clean and renewable, but it also offers energy independence, allowing individuals and communities to generate their own electricity and reduce their reliance on centralized power grids. However, the sun doesn't shine all the time, and this intermittency is one of the challenges of solar power. To ensure a reliable supply of electricity, solar energy must be combined with energy storage solutions, such as batteries, or integrated into a diversified energy system that includes other renewable sources. Despite these challenges, solar power is rapidly becoming a cornerstone of the global energy transition, with solar farms and rooftop installations spreading across the world, from the deserts of the Middle East to the rooftops of suburban America. Wind power is another key player in the renewable energy landscape. Like the sun, the wind is a vast and inexhaustible resource, driven by the Earth's rotation, the uneven heating of the atmosphere, and the terrain. Wind turbines, with their towering structures and sweeping blades, capture the kinetic energy of the wind and convert it into electricity. The basic principle is simple. As the wind blows, it turns the blades of the turbine, which are connected to a rotor. The rotor spins a generator, producing electricity. Wind energy has been used by humans for thousands of years, from ancient windmills used to grind grain to the modern wind turbines that landscapes of countries around the world. Today's wind turbines are highly efficient and can generate large amounts of electricity, particularly in areas with strong, consistent winds. Offshore wind farms, where turbines are installed in the sea, are becoming increasingly popular due to the higher wind speeds and the vast space available in coastal waters. One of the advantages of wind power is its scalability. Wind turbines can be deployed in a variety of settings, from large-scale wind farms that power entire cities to small turbines that provide electricity for remote homes or communities. Wind power is also relatively quick to install and can be a cost-effective source of electricity, especially in regions with abundant wind resources. However, like solar power, wind energy is intermittent, depending on weather conditions. To address this, wind power is often integrated with other renewable sources or backed up by energy storage systems. Another significant source of renewable energy is hydropower, which harnesses the energy of flowing water to generate electricity. Hydropower has been used for centuries, from water wheels that powered mills to the massive dams that generate electricity today. The basic concept is straightforward. As water flows downhill, its potential energy is converted into kinetic energy, which can be used to turn turbines and generate electricity. Hydropower is one of the most established and widely used forms of renewable energy. Large hydropower plants, such as the Hoover Dam in the United States or the Three Gorges Dam in China, can generate enormous amounts of electricity and provide a stable, reliable source of power. Unlike solar and wind power, which are intermittent, hydropower can generate electricity around the clock, as long as there is water in the reservoir. However, the development of large hydropower projects can have significant environmental and social impacts. Damming rivers can disrupt ecosystems, displace communities, and alter the natural flow of rivers, affecting fish populations and water quality downstream. For this reason, there is a growing interest in smaller-scale hydropower projects, such as run-of-the-river systems, which have a lower environmental impact and can be integrated into existing waterways without the need for large dams. Beyond the more traditional renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydropower, there are also emerging technologies that hold great promise for the future. One such technology is geothermal energy, which taps into the heat stored beneath the Earth's surface. The Earth's core is extremely hot, and this heat is constantly radiating outward. In certain regions, particularly those with volcanic activity, this heat can be accessed relatively easily. Geothermal power plants use this heat to generate electricity, typically by drilling wells to access hot water or steam reservoirs beneath the Earth's surface. The steam is used to turn turbines, generating electricity. Geothermal energy is a reliable and consistent source of power, as it is not dependent on weather conditions or time of day. It can provide a steady supply of electricity with a relatively small environmental footprint. In addition to generating electricity, geothermal energy can also be used directly for heating and cooling, through geothermal heat pumps. These systems take advantage of the relatively constant temperature just below the Earth's surface to heat or cool buildings, offering an energy-efficient alternative to traditional heating and cooling systems. Another exciting development in the field of renewable energy is the potential of biomass energy. Biomass refers to organic materials, such as wood, agricultural residues, and waste, that can be burned or processed to produce energy. Unlike fossil fuels, which release carbon dioxide that has been stored underground for millions of years, biomass is part of the current carbon cycle. When managed sustainably, biomass can be a carbon-neutral source of energy, as the carbon dioxide released during combustion is offset by the carbon dioxide absorbed by plants during their growth. Biomass can be used in a variety of ways, from burning wood for heat to producing biofuels that can power vehicles. One of the advantages of biomass energy is its versatility. It can be used to produce electricity, heat, and transportation fuels, making it a valuable addition to a diversified energy portfolio. However, the sustainability of biomass energy depends on careful management of resources, to ensure that the harvesting of biomass does not lead to deforestation, loss of biodiversity, or other environmental impacts. The transition to renewable energy is not just about replacing fossil fuels with cleaner alternatives. it's about rethinking how we generate, distribute, and use energy. This shift requires a holistic approach that integrates renewable energy sources into a flexible, resilient, and efficient energy system. It involves modernizing the electricity grid to accommodate the variable output of renewable sources, developing energy storage solutions to store excess energy for use when it's needed, and promoting energy efficiency to reduce overall demand. Energy storage is a critical component of this new energy landscape. Batteries, particularly those based on lithium-ion technology, have made significant advances in recent years and are increasingly being used to store energy from solar and wind power. These batteries can store excess electricity generated during periods of high production and release it when production is low, helping to balance supply and demand. In addition to batteries, other storage technologies, such as pumped hydro storage and compressed air energy storage, are being developed to provide long-term storage solutions. Energy efficiency is another key strategy for reducing greenhouse gas emissions and supporting the transition to renewable energy. By improving the efficiency of buildings, transportation, and industrial processes, we can reduce the amount of energy we need to produce, making it easier to meet our energy needs with renewable sources. This can involve everything from better insulation and energy-efficient appliances to more efficient vehicles and industrial equipment. As the world moves towards a renewable energy future, it's important to recognize that this transition is not without challenges. The development and deployment of renewable energy technologies require significant investment, innovation, and political will. There are also technical challenges, such as integrating variable renewable energy sources into the grid and ensuring a stable supply of electricity. Social and economic factors, such as the need to create jobs and ensure energy access for all, must also be considered. However, the benefits of renewable energy far outweigh these challenges. Renewable energy has the potential to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, mitigate climate change, and create a more sustainable and resilient energy system. It can also drive economic growth, create jobs, and improve public health. By reducing air pollution. In many parts of the world, renewable energy is already becoming the most cost-effective option for new electricity generation, with solar and wind power now cheaper than fossil fuels in many regions. The transition to renewable energy is not just a technological shift, it's a cultural and societal transformation. It requires us to rethink our relationship with energy, to value sustainability and resilience, and to embrace new ways of living and working. It's a journey that will involve everyone, governments, businesses, communities, and individuals, all working together to build a cleaner, greener future. In many ways, the story of renewable energy is the story of human ingenuity and the quest for a better future. It's a story of people coming together to solve one of the greatest challenges of our time, using the power of science, technology, and innovation to create a world where energy is abundant, clean, and accessible to all. It's a story that is still being written, with new chapters being added every day as we continue to explore and develop the potential of renewable energy. As we look to the future, it's clear that renewable energy will play a central role in shaping the world we want to live in. It offers a path forward that is sustainable, equitable, and just, a path that can lead to a brighter future for all. By embracing renewable energy, we have the opportunity to build a world that is not only powered by clean energy but also guided by principles of sustainability, resilience, and respect for the natural world. The journey towards a renewable energy future is one of the most important and exciting challenges of our time. It's a journey that requires vision, commitment, and collaboration, but it's also a journey full of hope and possibility. The power of the sun, the wind, the water, and the earth itself is all around us, waiting to be harnessed. As we continue to innovate, to learn, and to push the boundaries of what's possible, we are moving closer to a world where renewable energy is not just an alternative, but the foundation of our energy system. In the end, the shift to renewable energy is about more than just technology, it's about creating a world that is in harmony with the natural environment, a world that can sustain us and future generations. It's about recognizing that the choices we make today will shape the world of tomorrow, and that by choosing renewable energy, we are choosing a future that is cleaner, healthier, and more sustainable for all.